Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Off the Mark. Today, originally was supposed to be a video on handgun malfunctions, but unfortunately it seems that my rifle decided to completely jack itself over and is now in a state of disrepair due to a catastrophic malfunction. So, I have currently a casing that is completely destroyed. It detonated in the chamber. Not sure if you can see that very well, but if I can get it to focus, see that little bulge right there? That was an overpressured casing. Now, what happened is, little side note, I've got my rifle taken apart so I can show you guys what happened, as well as so that I don't violate YouTube's terms of service when I show you guys exactly what happened and show you by taking apart and putting my rifle back together, because that is one of the current firearms issues. And I also apologize if you can hear my dog in the background. Maverick doesn't like being put in a crate for very long, so as soon as this video is over, I have to go get him out. So, my rifle was chambered and I pulled the trigger. Recoil felt funky, and I looked over and my bolt carrier group was not having a good seal. So, for reference, this is your bolt carrier. This is your bolt. Now, when that round detonated in the chamber, it forced my extractor, this part right here, to crack in a way it's not supposed to because it was a dangerously overpressured round. I also had shrapnel in this little hole right here called the firing pin. It's a little tiny hole right in the middle there. And had shrapnel in my gas tube, which is this part right here. I had brass sticking out of that. And essentially I've now taken apart my entire rifle because I'm not sure what can be saved. So, what happened? How could it have been prevented? And how would you address this in the field? Well, the reason this most likely happened is because I bought factory reloaded ammunition. And while most of the time that's a safe bet and there's not going to be any major issues there, in this case, this round was most likely loaded to way over pressure. And the reason I know that it was most likely way over what it was supposed to be is because my rifle barrel, A, is stamped 5.56 NATO, which means it's designed to take plus pressure rounds. And I've never had any issues with firing steel cased or cheap ammo or any number of ammos that I've shot before. I've shot 62 grain, I've shot 55 grain, I've shot just about every kind of ammo under the sun, and this is run flawlessly. So, this round was severely overpressured. I pulled the trigger, it went bang, and thankfully, it didn't do anything more than an extra smoke and break my rifle. Worst case scenario would be that I would be in the hospital and I would have had to do an emergency medical care video, which we will probably do in the future at some point. So, my bolt is completely broken. I have to, at minimum, replace this. Now, it's possible that my barrel is okay, and it's possible that my bolt carrier is okay as well. But I'm going to have to take it to a gunsmith to check because a visual inspection is not enough to verify. Thankfully, my lower receiver is perfectly intact, no issues there, and will probably be fine to base a rifle off of in the future. Thankfully, my rail is perfectly serviceable. Both of those things I don't have to replace. The problem is that if it's really bad, I might have to replace my upper receiver, my barrel, and my bolt carrier group, which can add up to about $1,000 if you count the fact that I can no longer use the rest of the ammo that I bought, that I paid $400 for 1,000 rounds of, because I'm not trusting my life to this ammunition anymore. So I will say what company it is, because I think that it's right to warn people away from ammo that could harm them and potentially make their lives very difficult. Lakeshore Ammunition Company, they remanufacture. They say it's fully inspected. It had a lot of great reviews, but this could have ended very, very badly, and I could be dead if not for the grace of God in my favor. So all 1,000 rounds, all of the money spent in shipping, it's all a waste now. I can't use this ammo because I'm not going to trust it at the range, and I'm not going to trust my life with it. It's up to you if you want to purchase it in the future. I would not. And thank God I did not have to stick a thumb in it, as Kentucky Ballistics had to. And I'm probably going to get one of those shirts and wear them in the future. Now, you can expect a video shortly in the future detailing pistol malfunctions and the common issues you'll see there. And this was just a perfect showcase for a catastrophic rifle malfunction and one of the worst possible cases that could happen. Now, Big Sarge is going to cover some more basic malfunctions and how to address and fix those, but for the sake of honesty and all that, I am completely out of quite a bit of money, and we wanted to show that it's not enough to just have ammo and all that kind of stuff. You have to be smart about what you buy, and sometimes what's cheap is not the best. And while reloads can be perfectly fine and safe and salvageable, it is really, really, really luck of the draw when it comes to how it's going to handle in the real world. There's no other way to put it. I bargained and lost. Hopefully I can get out with just replacing my bolt or my full bolt carrier group and be done with it. But there aren't any promises, and it was potentially my life on the line. So thank you guys for watching this episode, and I hope that you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. I've got a bunch of really fun tutorials coming up that should hopefully be good training exercises with handguns, and if you want to see those, please hit that subscribe button and leave a like. I know that everybody says that, but it really does help, and it really does make a world of difference if you guys engage with us. Big Sarge and I are kind of new to all this. We're just trying to cover the basics, because the thing is all the big gun tubers, all the big YouTubers that cover guns, they've moved on past the basics, but not everyone has. And there's always new people coming to the gun world who want to see and learn the basics. And if there's nobody covering that, aside from an 8-year-old video, they're not going to want to watch it. So we're also working on some revamping of some stuff. We've got some cool stuff in the works that we're working on that we think you'll enjoy, as far as gear and more training stuff is concerned. So if you want to see more, just make sure you hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys for watching.